Mushoku Tensei. Episode 2 Inches Jobless Reincarnation. Rudy was stripped to his bare body at school, on more than one occasion, it appears, and his body made fun of. Because of this, he decided the outside world was far too dangerous, so he'd just stay inside, masturbate, eat, and play games. He was so committed to this way of life that he missed a funeral, possibly of his parents, and when his siblings came to the house, it appears they kicked him out. Thus he was left outside, with no shoes, wondering when he saw some high school teens arguing, a swerving truck, and then found himself pushing them out the way and putting himself in harm's way. With taking note of how he lived and died in his past life, that is why Rudy tries so hard now, but not just with magic. He also tries to be suave with the ladies, using his dating simulator experience. Though being 4 years old, he doesn't get the kind of play he wants. However, between hearing Paul and Zenith having sex and even catching Roxy masturbating, it isn't like there isn't a lot going on to replace the porn he is used to. Rudy and Roxy are becoming quite the pair, and she teaches him, over the 2 years they have together, nearly everything she knows. This includes the history of the outside world, like the super demons, the Laplace War that happened a few centuries ago, and that Roxy herself is a demon. Of course, is confusing since demons in their world are identifiable by their hair and perhaps a gem in their forehead. But, with Rudy infatuated with Roxy, he doesn't care what she is as long as she keeps being nice to him, and sitting at angles he can see her panties. Even I have the heart to pretend I didn't see anything. Now, as for how his swordsman training is going, well, let's just say Paul's vigorous sessions with Zenith likely is to produce a child who can compensate for his disappointment. Granted, by the time the episode is over Rudy is only 5, but considering how advanced his magic skills are, his inability to lift and swing a sword is frustrating for Paul. Despite starting a new life, one thing that remains is Rudy not wanting to meet and deal with new people. In fact, he doesn't even leave the perimeter of the house. As shown, he will step outside his room and the front door, but where the house's boundary is, that is as far as he goes, and he dares not interact with the other village kids, all due to what happened in his past life. When it comes to his parents, it seems they never really took note of this and just let him read and play around the house. But when it comes time for his final exam, since the magic Roxy has him tested on as sacred level, he has no choice but to join her in a field in the village. Thus giving him some exposure therapy that leads him to realize everyone isn't looking at him, they aren't out to embarrass or scare him, and they are actually lovely people. And with helping him face this fear in a calm and loving way, it just deepens Rudy's affections for Roxy. Which makes him pass her test with flying colors, bittersweet since it means it is time for her to go.